bank making local decisions, supporting community organizations, and helping businesses succeed with 10 locations throughout the state from Wisner to Deschler, Norfolk to York, and right here in Lincoln too. Whether you're opening a checking account, buying your first home, in need of an ag loan, or in search of cash management services for your business, we're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
Hi, everybody. Charlie Stone back again with Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, there are so many great things to talk about right now. Let's start with new and pre-owned vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, we're all excited those days of inventory shortages are behind us. Right now, we have more than 400 new Hondas to choose from and over 125 pre-owned with just about any make or model in stock.
I know certified pre-owned Hondas are a very important part of your dealership. Tell us about certified, Andy.
We always have a great selection of certified pre-owned Hondas in stock in like new condition, and they also come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
How about service?
You know, our amazing service department not only services Hondas, but we service just about any make, and we are one of the largest tire dealers in the state. Look us up the next time you need tires on your car.
Experience the best at the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
When you live a tobacco-free life, you're free to live more fully. You're free to be more active and to breathe easier when you are, to be more present with family and friends, and to enjoy food and drinks more fully without nicotine dulling your senses. Tobacco-free can mean better physical health, mental health, and financial health. Giving up tobacco can give you more life. Learn more at quitnow.ne.gov. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired in association with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and text us,
if you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music.
This is Mommy's jam.
Then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion, for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Nebraska Volleyball just wrapped up another match. Join former Husker Mandy Monson as she breaks down the game from the hard swings and perfect sets to the diving digs and precision passing. 93.7 The Ticket's post-game coverage of Nebraska Volleyball starts now.
Welcome to it. On a Saturday night in Lincoln, we appreciate you hanging out with us and having these conversations with us. This is a big, big deal. We've been working behind the scenes. We were trying to find the right person. We needed a star. We needed somebody that would carry the flag for Huskers women volleyball and tell the stories, break down these matches for us, break down the players, break down the practices, break down the season for us. So we are grateful, and it is an absolute honor. I will introduce our star, but first, let me invite you into the Starter Heyman text line, 402-464-5685. You want to be a part of the postgame, you are more than welcome to do so. Text in, say hello, give your name, and then ask your questions or state your opinion. Greatly appreciate it. You can follow on all the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, channel 961. If you're sitting around and you want to put it on your TV screens, download the Ticket app so you can take us wherever you go. We can be in your car, we can be in your house or your apartment. Take us with you so that we can be where you're at. It is my joy, honor, and pleasure to introduce the star. She's going to be the one that breaks it all down for you. Mandy Monson.
I love it.
How are you?
I love it. Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much. This is just honestly such an honor to be here and to be asked to do this. I mean, one, I love the Huskers. I bleed red. And so to have the opportunity to what we've talked about, which is share this perspective of like, what's it like to be in Devaney? What's it like to be a fan in the stands? And what does that, look like from also a player's perspective, right? I get asked, lots of times when I'm, watching a match, hey, like, why'd they do that? Or what happened at that point? Or, why'd they call that? And so I'm not the expert by any means, but I think when you've played the game, you have a little bit different perspective. And so I'm super excited about the show. I know there's a lot of former players that are excited about the show. The show will grow and, we'll see what happens this year, but I'm just really excited to be here. So thank you.
There's lots to cover, and we'll say that for hour one, there's a lot. We need to set the table first, and we'll get into the Huskers 3-set sweep over Arizona. We'll get into that, and we'll set up the whole season. But let's introduce Mandy, because we need to let her tell her story on who she is and why this thing means so much to her. So where's home?
Where's home is Wallace, Nebraska, everybody. And it is a metropolis of 350 people.
Big time.
Big time. About 40 miles southwest of North Platte. So I'm like your typical Husker growing up. Okay. So I was a farm kid. My dad had grain, corn, wheat, soybeans, and then we also had cattle. So like I remember in 8th grade when the Huskers were playing football and Brooke Behringer was the quarterback, and I'm listening to the game setting fence post. So, how did I fall in love with Husker volleyball is, John Cook is amazing. And we just said, we celebrated the unveiling of his statue this week. He's such a phenomenal coach. But Husker volleyball, I would say that like where it's at today, a huge base of that is what Terry Pettit did with Barbara Hibner and with the athletic department at that time. Because what they did is they actually would set volleyball matches on Husker football game days. And if you had your Husker football ticket, you could get into the volleyball match like for $1 or $2. And so like I remember coming to, I think it was either I was a 4th grader or a 6th grader. And I want to say Val Novak was the setter. Virginia Stair was a hitter. And you're just talking about those like late 80s, early 90s Huskers. And so then therefore I grew up wanting to be a Husker. I played all the sports in Wallace, right? Volleyball, basketball, track. And at first I thought I was going to be a basketball player. But then when I started playing club volleyball, I was a junior in high school, really playing club competitively. I got recruited for volleyball. Oh, I also came to a volleyball camp at Nebraska as a sophomore. So then that's how I got to Nebraska. And I mean, it's just such an amazing experience to play at Nebraska because it literally is the pinnacle of volleyball in the country. And it has been for some time. I mean, Husker fans are like no other fans around the country. One, they're very educated in the sport, which is amazing, but they really support the players positively. And, I think now you see it where it's at today and what Cook has done since, he took over in 2000. I mean, they're literally rock stars. And so, I feel really lucky to be a part of this tradition.
When did you know you loved it? When did you know that?
When did I know that's a great question. So, I mean, I'm really competitive. I'm still competitive, right? Even in my older age. And I played 1996 through 1999. Okay. So I was on the bookend of 2 national championships, meaning they won it in 95. I came in as a freshman. They won it I left as a senior in 99. They won it in 2000. So we never won a national championship, but we did go to 2 Final Fours and we won the Big 12 3 times. So when did I love it? I mean, I've always loved volleyball. I mean, volleyball is such a game of momentum, and it is a game of major adrenaline rushes. So yeah, you can get that in basketball. You get it in track, right? I was a sprinter, but you go battle it out for, right? 3 out of 5 games, 2, it could be a 3-hour match. I mean, back in the day when I was playing, we were doing, side out points. So you only got a point if you held the serve.
Those were long matches.
They were long matches.
Are long matches.
So, I mean, I think for sure, probably when I came to Husker volleyball camp, that was a big monumental time in my life because I was like, oh, wow, I can compete. And then I think when I started playing club, where, okay, you play club in the spring, and that's huge. Now, I mean, there are girls that, they play year round, but that was a really big deal. And I just really, the drive for volleyball and the competition was just, about that much more than basketball. And so I would say probably my junior, and then Nebraska started recruiting me. And, that was really exciting. I mean, I took my visits to Nebraska, Ohio State, K-State, Clemson, and the University of South Carolina.
You went to Columbia, South Carolina.
I did.
Oh my goodness, you went to the Corners, man. I know it well. I know it well. Could you even dream that the game and the fan base and the support evolve into what it is today? Could I have said to you in 1998, there's going to be a day when you guys fill Memorial Stadium?
Here's why I'll say yes. And the reason why is because in 1998, we were playing in the Coliseum and it was packed. I mean, I guess the sellout streak technically started in 2001, but, I don't know what the stats were in, the 90s when pretty much the Coliseum was usually packed. And the Coliseum was a very intimate, tight venue. And I mean, you would be playing. I mean, I remember the 1998 final between Nebraska and Wisconsin. So Cook was actually the head coach for Wisconsin. Nebraska were playing. That game went 5. I mean, there was a point where we literally, you couldn't hear each other. So, I mean, did I envision it was going to be what it is today? I mean, no, but I just think you're like where you are at as a Nebraska volleyball player at that time is usually you've progressed. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like every former player is always like, oh my God, look at their locker rooms now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, so now there's that and NIL. There's transfer, there's the craziness behind it that it has evolved into a thing that even its greatest pioneers couldn't really imagine that they would be working under the surplus of revenue and funding that they have now.
Yeah.
Different. It's a different part.
Different part. But I think, again, what makes Nebraska unique and special is I don't think any coach in any player and anyone that has supported Nebraska volleyball has ever said, well, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, this is okay.
We capped it.
Right.
We
Like
maxed.
yeah. Like what Coach Cook says is, right. We dream big, we dream bigger. And I think that's with the support of the fan base. I mean, the fan base is huge, right? We don't have, a pro. I mean, we do have
We
pro
do
volleyball now.
Yeah, we do
Yes,
now.
Yes. But when you think about your typical pro sports, right? Pro football, pro basketball, that's what makes, I think, the University of Nebraska and the Huskers that has really helped us, which that's great. And so you have a program that's very supported by the fan base, very supported by the university, and that makes a difference.
We have Mandy Monson here with us. She will be with us for the post-game shows. And of course, I will drag her screaming and kicking into normal ticket programming throughout the course of the week because it's going to be there's zero chance she's going to tell all her stories in the hours that we have for post-game. So I'm just going to let her know in advance this is the plan. From the text line, thank you for the volleyball post-game show. It's long overdue for this fan base.
Oh, I love it.
So to let you know that people are out here, they're listening, they're appreciative. It's in the space. I always say that it's easy to find out about who people are by asking them two things. The first of those questions are, who are your heroes?
Who are my heroes? Well, my first hero is my dad. Yep, my dad and my mom. I mean, really, like I grew up in a great family. My dad worked so hard. I mean, he just, we really, in my family learned our work ethic from our parents. And, hats off to, my dad and my mom. By the way, is my mom's birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday.
Yep. I hope you had a great day. And then, other heroes that I had, I mean, you're talking about, like, we watched sports all the time when I was little. So anyone from, Michael Jordan to Magic Johnson to then let's talk about Husker volleyball players in the late 80s and the early 90s. I mean, that's right. You grow up, right, seeing that and you're like, I want to be that. I mean, today, who are my heroes? I mean, this Husker team today they're pretty heroic.
Yeah.
I did not go to the Creighton match. That one I missed. But I went to majority of them this season. And man, the way that they play together and the way that they are able to be not just student athletes, but I mean, really true professionals. I mean, they're pretty amazing. But I mean, when I think about, okay, who did I look up to, as I was coming up? I mean, like Allie Weston and Billy Winsett and Christy Johnson, they were seniors on that 1995 team, and they were, huge impacts on me, especially when I was a freshman at the university playing for the Huskers. I started 2 games because the team had the flu, and I was one that just wasn't as sick. So it was great. I got to start against the Olympic team. That was pretty awesome. And I started against Oklahoma. But Allie Weston was a grad assistant, and she and I were playing on the other side all the time, So, I mean, there's a lot of heroes, and I think there's a lot of heroes that come from Nebraska volleyball. And I think every year, every fan gets to decide, like, who their favorite is. And I don't know who they're going to pick this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're all so good.
I'll ask this because if, you're the ambassador for volleyball officially now.
Oh.
So we put that on you. But if the aliens arrive tomorrow and they say, listen.
Yeah.
You need to explain to us volleyball by naming 4 people that we must watch. We must consume these 4 volleyball players to know what Husker volleyball is all about. What is who would you say, you know what?
Ooh.
This is what Husker volleyball is. It's on the spot.
Are you really doing
this
to
I
me?
really am, because I need to find out who you are. I need to know. You only get 4 though.
Any era.
Oh
my God.
Right? It makes it tough because it also identifies because the game has evolved.
It has evolved.
And the style of play, the type of player, the different kinds of athletes that are playing now.
Oh man.
Right? So, but the aliens must know. And they came to Mandy and said, listen, I need to know who I need to watch to get the best understanding of Husker volleyball. And there's no way to get it wrong.
I know.
But
I'm just like you got to understand. Like I'm going back now into the recesses
Th-
of
this
my
is-
brain.
I want you to go into that library of yours.
I'm hitting
Uh-huh.
the catalog of players.
Rudy
I'm
watches.
gonna start-
and she's thinking, Rudy, she's thinking about her friends, right? She has to say her friends first because they're gonna be mad at her if she's
I know.
if they
Listen,
left
I
off the
don't think
list.
you guys understand this. Like, okay, so the 1996 and 1997 team that I was on 96 through 99.
Mhm.
Like we are very close. We have a group chat.
I would imagine.
Oh my gosh.
I would imagine. And
So the first person I'm going to start with is I'm going to say Allie Weston.
Okay.
And here's why I say that. I mean, I think she epitomizes Nebraska volleyball. I mean, I think she was just such a great player. She was on the very first national championship team. I think she was a great steward of that team and of the game. She played on the national team, and she was just a great player. Number one.
Number one.
Okay.
Number two.
Now I'm gonna go to. Oh man, you guys.
If I need the best pass I can possibly have.
The best pass.
Yeah, we need the perfect pass to set up a championship
But
point.
probably you got to. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. We've had some really good passers, great liberos, but obviously, Rodriguez, right? I mean,
you can't be wrong.
I know.
There's zero chance you're going to be wrong.
I know. It's hard though. Like I'm thinking, how do we? She's so fantastic. But we've had so many. I'm blank. This is
The text line says Sapporo, Sarah, Michaela.
Oh yeah, Michaela would be in there,
right?
I mean, Harper would be in there. Andy Jackson would be in there. I'm just like,
it's your list. It's your list.
That's you can't limit me to 4.
The texter says Sarah, Lexi, Jordan Larson, Kelly Hunter.
Well, yeah, Jordan Larson.
Rudy, are you watching?
Come on.
You're watching the vet, right? You're watching the vet. You put her on the spot and under pressure.
Well, it's too many. I got too much. Okay, so right now I got.
You have 2.
I got Allie.
You got Allie.
I got Jordan.
You got Jordan and Lexi.
And
you
got
one
Lexi.
more.
I got one more. Well, I got to have a middle.
Okay.
Oh.
Who's your defender? Who is your middle?
My blocker.
Yep, the one that really, quite frankly, the first one off the bus.
I gotta go with Rebecca.
Right?
I'm sorry.
Right?
Do.
She's the first one off the bus, right? You got to win a point.
Well, and you just if you think about the way she plays and carries herself, just watching her tonight. So the middles tonight did not have a great blocking match. But what I love about Rebecca and why I think she really should be on that team is one, like she has worked so hard all 4 years, and she always has her hips loaded. I mean, she is so I have a daughter in high school. She's a junior. And I'm always like watch Rebecca Alec play. Like she's always ready. She's always working. I mean, Andy Jackson's amazing. I love her. She could fly through anything. But if we're talking about, okay, who do we need to watch? Yeah. I'm going to go for my middle there.
It is all.
But you got to give me a right side.
Well, but this.
I give 6, man.
You can take your 6. Listen, here's the beauty of this thing. Really the aliens don't know any better.
Yeah, the aliens. Okay, because I get it right.
Yes.
Wait, I got.
So left pin, right pin.
I got. No,
middle.
I don't have a right pin yet.
Okay.
I got a middle.
Okay.
So my. Oh man, my right pin. I got to give that to Lisa Reitzma. Now I played with Lisa.
See, you got to take care of your people first.
I do.
Right, like you got to take care of your people.
I got to
first.
do. So Lisa, she played. She was 2 years older than me. She was on that '95 national championship team. She was a lefty. I mean, she was explosive, and she was really like when I think about Nebraska volleyball. We've had a lot of amazing right sides. So all my right sides at Nebraska, this is no. But when I think about like when I was growing up, Lisa was really, I would say that like first, like,
Pioneers are required.
Yep.
There are people that come after the fact, but
Yep.
somebody has to cut through.
And then do I get to do my setter?
Yes.
Lori Endicott.
See, and this is always where it gets interesting when people start talking volleyball, especially here.
Yep.
That eras matter. But then the people that are always chosen are people that transcend the era.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult because today's game is a different game.
Yes.
I'll ask you, is there greater depth of talent now, or was it more balanced back in the 19?
I don't. Well, could there be greater depth? Yes, and here's why.
Okay.
Because through the evolution of the sport, you have training that starts earlier. I mean, you're talking about kids that start doing classes and playing club when they're, I don't know, 7. I think you can start playing competitive USA Volleyball Club. Now, my friend Tanya Taki, who runs Nebraska 1, who was a middle, she and I were roommates in college. I think it's 10. So, if you think about the evolution of the sport, just like anything, right? It gets more popular. You have athletes start training earlier, then they're doing more reps. So, I mean, do they have more talent today? Possibly, just because you have more people doing more reps. But if you look at every era at the time, the players that I'm talking about, they were the best players in the country.
Here's
and that's like
here's
every,
really putting
every
you on the
player
spot.
I said.
Here's really putting you on the spot. How would you do in today's game?
How would I do today?
Yeah.
If I could go back and have my 18 to 22-year-old body?
Yes.
I think I'm so competitive. And I could jump.
See, Rudy, you see how this works?
No.
Rudy, are you watching her now?
I can't. I don't know where I would.
This is how you know a real dog. She was just like, no, I'm not giving them nothing. I'm not giving today's player nothing. It's gonna be earned. Listen, I wanted to set their credential first.
Yeah.
I wanted folks to get to know who you were before we start talking about this year's team. Your love for the game, your knowledge of the game, your heart for the program, all in place.
Yes.
And so now we can talk about tonight's matchup. We'll go to break. When we come back, we will have Mandy break down the 3-set sweep of Arizona. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, everybody. Charlie Stone back again with Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, there are so many great things to talk about right now. Let's start with new and pre-owned vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, we're all excited those days of inventory shortages are behind us. Right now, we have more than 400 new Hondas to choose from and over 125 pre-owned with just about any make or model in stock.
I know certified pre-owned Hondas are a very important part of your dealership. Tell us about certified, Andy.
We always have a great selection of certified pre-owned Hondas in stock in like new condition, and they also come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
How about service?
Our amazing service department not only services Hondas, but we service just about any make, and we are one of the largest tire dealers in the state. Look us up the next time you need tires on your car.
Experience the best at the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Over 75% of the patients that come to Limitless Male have been told over and over again by their primary care providers that their testosterone level is fine. guess what? If you have all the symptoms of low testosterone, you're not fine. Come get a second opinion at Limitless Male. We have helped tens of thousands of men feel optimal again, and we can help you. Stop waiting. Come see the men's health experts. Book your free consult online at limitlessmale.com.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Nebraska fans, it's game day in downtown Lincoln. Big Ten Sports Bar is your ultimate spot to catch Nebraska football and volleyball, with every game on, every screen, all day long. Today, they're bringing the party with Sidetrack Band all day long, and no drinking on grounds takes over tonight. Doors open bright and early at 9 a.m. Grab breakfast, stay for the game, and keep the night going strong with the full kitchen open until midnight. Big Ten Sports Bar, downtown Lincoln's home for Nebraska sports, fans, good food, and drinks.
Back to Nebraska Volleyball Postgame on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, former Nebraska outside hitter, Mandy Monson.
Outside hitter. And she just said it in case she would still give you all the work. She would still give you the work. Yeah, she put the disclaimer. Yeah, do I get my college body?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, we never forget. Listen, Rudy has had the honor of not having to listen to me talk about my college days. I try to stay as far away from them as possible because then I become the guy. But you know, I love having athletes remind themselves of who they are.
Yeah.
And not who they were, who they are.
Yeah.
It
doesn't go away.
You're the same dog.
Ever.
The dog never leaves.
No.
Not everybody's a dog. The dog never leaves.
Yep.
And the fact that you were willing to walk in here and sit in front of this microphone and share yourself, dog is required. So thank you. I will constantly say thank you because it matters. A 25-19, 25-23, 25-18 sweep for the number 1 ranked Huskers. They improved to 10-0, and then the schedule starts to get interesting going forward. But a big win over Arizona. I told Rudy that I was paying attention Tuesday night because Arizona hosted UTEP, and it didn't go well.
Yeah,
it didn't go well, and I thought maybe that'll spice up Arizona for Devaney Center. But the Huskers were prepared, and it's the thing. So what's the lead? What's the headline for what you saw tonight in a three-set sweep against Arizona? What's the headline?
You know, I think the headline, and Danny talked about this a little bit in her post game, was offensively, they did some really great things. I mean, Harper had a great night. I think Virginia and Andy, I think Harper had 14 kills. Virginia and Andy had 9 kills. I don't remember who was fourth, but I mean, offensively, they did some really great things. Me personally, I was really impressed with Virginia. Like, I think she's been a very fun player to watch, you know, grow into, you know, what it's like playing at this pace of game. And she's just, honestly, she's just really cute and fun to watch. Like, you know, she, I can't remember at what point it was in the match, but at one point they had, you know, they have like the who's clicking on the board, and they had Virginia on there, and she spotted herself, and she was on the sidelines at the time, but she, had a really great smile on her face. And so I think she was definitely a really bright spot tonight. But, all the Huskers, played well. I mean, I can't say that. That's what's so fun about this team is in every position, they're very strong. I mean, from a historical perspective, from a well-rounded team where you have a player strong at every position, and then, oh, by the way, if one of them's struggling, it's not a big deal because we got people on the bench
Next one up
that are just as strong that can come in. And so, you could, see that tonight. I mean, I think at one point, just to kind of change some momentum, they took Landfair out and put Skylar in. And, they're just all so ready to play.
and willing to play their role that night.
Yeah. So this is what I think is an interesting question that I get a lot. They're like, well, how are they going to keep them all happy? And the reason why I find it interesting, I think, is I totally get why people ask that question. And, who knows, what happens through this season. But I think what's so fun about this team is that I think they know they get to play at the highest level every single day, not just, some matches.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're probably talking about you have All-Americans on the court. You got them on the bench. We don't know who's going to be tapped as that. We don't know who's going to be all Big Ten. But I think what's really neat about this team and what's fun is I think everybody, they just work really hard. I can't imagine what the competition is like in practice. I mean, even going back to, my days when I played, so 96 through 99, we had a team that had a lot of left sides, a lot. So it was in 1998, we had myself, we had Jamie Krondak, we had Angie Oxley, who was an amazing player, right? We had Kim Behrens. I don't think Laura Pilikowski wasn't on the team yet. I think she came in 99. So, here's what I can tell you. It is brutal when you are literally duking it out every day in practice. But I feel like what this team has really embraced is like, hey, if we practice this hard and we compete this hard every day and we just play for each other, no matter what happens in the game, we'll be able to get through it.
It's a thing that's been said. It's been said from the folks. Of course, in football they celebrate the 95 team championship team today, and a lot of the discussion that they have was, quite frankly, their practices were tougher than the matches, than the games.
Yes.
That if you had in an era where you had Lawrence Phillips, maybe the greatest running back in Nebraska history, you had Amon Green waiting to get on the field.
Right.
And I would imagine that volleyball is going through that here. The Virginia edition, the first thing when you look at her and then you watch her play and you look at her tape, is that she strikes me as a grown-up, like a pro.
Yes.
Like a pro. She's going to practice like a pro.
Yes.
Her approach is professional. She's going to be on time, in place, and do all the things that the team needs.
Yes.
It strikes me as very unselfish.
Yeah. Oh, totally. And I think she did play pro in Italy, which makes a difference. But I think here's what is just so fun about this team. So at the AVCA First Serve, the first match we played was against Pitt, right? And I think Virginia played right side that game. I think she did
very well too.
And I was like, holy smokes, she is awesome. And then we come back for the next
Florida
match, Stanford, and Allie Check plays. And I was like, and she had a great match. She didn't just play. I think she was maybe 1, 2, or 3 in kills. Someone check that and let me know. But I was like, oh my goodness. So I think that's when people ask me, well, God, how are you going to keep them all happy? Well, I mean, I don't know. Where else do you want to play? Where else do you? And I think here's what makes a difference and why I think you can keep players like that happy. One, you have a higher propensity to go win a national championship. I never won a national championship. I would have loved to have won a national championship. Two, if you think about now that you have two different professional leagues that players can go into, okay, do you want to train literally with the best in college every day before you go make that leap into professional play? It might be worth it. Are you a starter? And that's where I don't necessarily know enough about, how the drafts and all of those things work. But I mean, I think those things all play into the game today that makes that still enticing for any player to want to be at Nebraska and play at the top level day in and day out.
Well, you're playing in front of sellout crowds every night.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, you're playing in front of almost, 10,000 people every game.
And once in a while in front of 90,000. And
18,000, right? Didn't they at CHI it was between
17.5
Yeah.
is indoor record
Right.
for college. You also, I don't know, you're going to eat at the best training table in the country. You're going to stay in the best facilities.
Well, you're going to be around
training.
the best training staff. You're going to have the best recovery. You're going to be around the best sports psychologists. Oh, hey, you're going to be around the best coaches in the country.
And does I often ask, as the coach in me was always asking my players, what's your pyramid? What's the most important thing? Right. The foundation thing. And for some, it's playing time. Some it's winning. Sometimes it's development. Sometimes it's all of it combined in the experience. And it strikes me that the opportunity to play for a national championship is legitimate here. It's legitimate.
Very real.
There's
every year.
Probably 8 programs that you can consider, and you go, you know what? If I go play here, I have a legitimate chance of getting to the Final Four and maybe winning a national championship.
Ooh, that would be a fun stat, wouldn't it?
Right, to find out.
Yeah, like to take a look at the past decade or 2 decades and what teams. If you go to that team, you have this percentage chance of winning a national championship in your 4 years.
Actually, have won it over the course of time.
Yeah.
I would imagine that, and that's probably I can ask Jalen Reyes because I'm pretty sure in his recruiting pitch, right?
Yeah.
That listen, you can go to these other places, and these are great programs. Texas is fine, Florida is fine, Penn State is fine, Wisconsin is fine. But here, on top of all the things that we just talked about, is that added value that you're going to play in all these places, play in the best staff, play in the best buildings for the best fans, best food, best academics, best all these things, and you could win a national title.
Yeah.
Legitimately have a shot. I think it would be fascinating. And for all the numbers, Harper led the way tonight with 14 kills, 9 for Virginia, 9 for Andy, 8 for Taylor, 7 for Rebecca, 5 for Bergen.
I have to get I took some notes during the game. I was like,
Look at you go.
What is some stuff that people maybe when you're you see it on the radio or you see it in the on the TV, but there was a couple digs. Bergen had a dig in the first set. By the way, she leads the team in digs.
Yes. We were talking.
Can you believe?
We were going through the numbers. I just found it fascinating.
She's a phenomenal defensive player. But now it went over the net, but that doesn't matter. The fact that she dug the ball, and I think we won that point. That was in game 1. Olivia. Do you want to know what my youngest daughter loves about Olivia? She said her hair was fire tonight. I mean, Olivia said that's this is a joke.
No,
but not only does Olivia show up looking good. So I think it was number 5. I don't remember what that player was for Arizona as their best attacker, but 5 hit a right side shot down the line, and Olivia dug it to perfection. It was so good.
I'm fascinated by the versatility of this roster.
Oh,
yeah. Can we actually ever give Bergen Riley the amount of credit that she's due for all the things that she does for the best team in the country?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Bergen plays such great defense. And I think the other thing that Bergen does so well is she's really that steady leader on the court, right? And I think why she can do all the things she's doing is because she's steady. She can push people. I think she also knows how to conserve her energy, to be quite frank. right? And that's a skill, right? Because you can be in a match, and if you have too much adrenaline going, you can kind of even wear yourself out. And I think she just does such a good job of regulating herself. And from a setter's position, to be able to regulate yourself and play, strong throughout an entire match, whether it's, 3 games or 5 games, is amazing. And here's the other, let's be really candid about what else makes Bergen great is she has had amazing passers and liberos during her time here. I'm not taking anything away from her, but she has had some of the, best liberos and best defensive specialists and passers, left side defensive specialists that come in, so that just volleyball is a game of serve and pass, right? So if you have some of the best passers in the country, that just makes your job as a setter so much more efficient.
We would have the conversation about identifying priority, being effective with service.
Yeah.
Being purposeful.
Yeah.
With service. And then first touch value probably is misunderstood by most lay fans, and understanding how difficult it is, but in how important it is at the same time.
Yeah. And we're talking first touch value, first touch on serve receive, but also first touch in transition, right? That's why that makes that libero, that defensive specialist, the pin hitters, the outside hitters that are right there, they're passing and then swinging out. That really makes or breaks your offense, is how well you can pass the ball on the dime to the setter, not make her run everywhere, burn her energy out. And then, because if you're passing the ball off the net, you just have, then it allows that defense to basically go to the pins. You're either going to go to the left side or you're going to the right side, because it makes it more difficult to run the middle. However, I'm going to check myself. That's what Bergen does very, very well, though, right? She can come off the net and still set her middles, which makes then us a threat, no matter if we're perfectly in transition or not.
I think the evolution of this team, Rebecca's offensive attack, the number of touches that she gets, quality touches,
yes,
in the right place and right time. Great choice. Better. I think this team makes the best decisions in a program that has been notorious with it. Yes. This year's team makes really solid decisions with the ball.
I think they make really solid decisions with the ball, because going back to the comment that I said actually about Bergen being a very regulated player, I actually think that's what makes this Huskers team so strong, is because it really, every position, they really handle themselves well. And if there's a point that the other team makes, they go on to the next play. They're not hanging out in their head, replaying the mistake. They move on. And I totally agree with you about Rebecca Alec. And I don't remember who said this or what article I read this in, but she's really an offensive threat with her block.
Get it to the floor.
She
get
just
it to the floor.
Yeah. Like I said, she keeps her hips loaded. She's ready to move at all times. And so, she's just, and she's a intimidating player, but not intimidating like that. Like,
no, she's a force.
She's a force.
She's a force.
And it was so cute. So tonight at the match, sorry, I got I don't remember what was going on, but she made a play and the gym was silent. She did like a yes. And I was like, that's just so perfect. She's just so fun to watch.
And then the selfish fan in me, I would love to see her playing power forward in basketball.
Oh,
I like every part of me was
like the 4 position.
Oh, that would just.
Well, I bet did she play high school ball?
I would imagine so. Her brother would have forced her to.
Okay, so I did just watch an interview that Coach Rule did with Becca, and they played it on Huskers.com. And he did ask her, hey, if Coach Amy called you up and said, like, I don't know, I'd have to think about that.
Oh, don't think. Go.
Yeah.
Go, dear. We'll throw it to break. We'll come back. More with Mandy. It's a 3-0 sweep for the Huskers against Arizona. We'll be right back.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring. 10% of Renza sales on September 23rd will benefit your local Teammates Mentoring chapter. Teammates Mentoring helps students reach their full potential by providing a caring adult mentor to meet with them once a week in school. Thank you for your support of Teammates Mentoring. We will see you at Runza on September 23rd.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SauterHeyman.com.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat. Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Harvest season is here, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade now. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends September 30th, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Back to Nebraska Volleyball Postgame on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, former Nebraska outside hitter, Mandy Monson.
The premier introduction, just call it the introduction of Mandy. The Mandy era has begun.
Oh,
Ticket.
I like that. Stop it.
The era is in play. Your family now. That's kind of how it works. We get you in the door and then we don't let you out. It's Hotel California.
I love it.
You know, it's there. An exceptional season so far for the Huskers.
Mm-hmm.
Improving the 10-0. And then you get to the interesting part where the schedule starts to flow and start to look a little different. And I want to go into that because Arizona, I thought it was interesting scheduling. But then here comes Michigan.
Yeah.
Next Wednesday night.
Yep.
And then Maryland comes to town Saturday. And then the road trip east to Penn State and Rutgers, which gets interesting. So style of play. When I say Big Ten volleyball style of play, what comes to mind to you? What does it mean?
Oh, man. You know, I think Big Ten style of volleyball play is really, it's powerful. You know, I mean, I think of Wisconsin, Penn State, Ohio State. You know, I can't, listen, guys, I'm going to do some homework. Don't get me wrong. I don't know every team like the back of my hand, but I just think typically when you think of the Big Ten, you have powerful attackers, you have exceptional setters, and you have great passers. So, I think we're running a faster offense this year. I think Danny has brought that, which is really fun. I just think she, that's a skill set she has, and she's just a phenomenal coach. She's
define
really,
that for me though. A faster game. Define that.
There are some teams that just set a lot of high balls to the pins. Maybe they don't use their middles as much. Maybe they don't try to really, force the middles. They're only using their middles if it's like a perfect set. And I will say though, Nebraska historically has done a great job of that. I mean, even, going back to, the 80s, 90s. And when I played, we had great, like Megan Corver was a middle and Fiona Nepa was the setter. And, we could force the middle. And here's what's great about when you use your middles is if you can use your middles, it just opens up so many more options from an offensive threat, right? If you're a team that doesn't pass well, or you don't really use your middles and you're just doing high balls to the left side or the right side, it's just a lot easier to play defense, right? And when you look at our team this year, you have Bergen that can feed the middles if she's in, perfect position on transition or on the side out pass or not. And Andy and Becca are so fast, and even the other middles that we have, so that makes a difference. So when you think about a faster offense or a slower offense, it's like, okay, well, what's the tempo of the ball like? What's the tempo of the ball like, look like going outside? That's something that Virginia has said. I think she said she's had to get used to that because she's used to more of a slower tempo when, that she was playing in Italy. And so sometimes you can if you have a really great pass and then that setter can just really quickly push that ball outside, right to the left sides, it creates holes in the block to where the middle cannot set their block up, which allows you to offensively get a kill.
I think the fascination for me is the evolution. There's the program. There's Nebraska Volleyball, the program, the core beliefs, the standards that are set, those things. And then there's the team.
Yes.
And this year's version
Yes.
has a different set of skill sets and a different vibe.
Yes.
But it's also under new leadership.
Yes.
And here's what I want to do. We'll go to break. Mandy has agreed to stay. We got her, folks. We got her. She's in the door.
Let's go.
I do want to get into the Danny Busboom Kelly
I
era
love
and
that.
what it means.
Yeah.
And then what this team's personality is.
Yeah.
Because it's certainly different in that. Again,
Sure.
a full sweep for the Huskers tonight. They improved to 10-0. We'll start the 11 o'clock hour. You know the ticket. We go longer. That's just who we are. DP, Mandy Monson, Rudy man of the board. He's got the mothership flying. We'll be right back, top of the hour.
Are your feet just killing you and you feel like all hope is lost? Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to pain relief at Brown's Shoe Fit. They offer expert advice along with high-quality products to help you find the right solution tailored to your specific needs. Need a different width? Not a problem. Brown's carries a wide range of widths in store. Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring. 10% of Renza sales on September 23rd will benefit your local Teammates Mentoring chapter. Teammates Mentoring helps students reach their full potential by providing a caring adult mentor to meet with them once a week in school. Thank you for your support of Teammates Mentoring. We will see you at Runza on September 23rd.
Do you want boots that actually feel good on your feet? Meindl delivers premium German-engineered comfort, brought to you right here from Nebraska. Built tough for trails, fields, and everyday wear, and backed by Meindl's Comfort Promise, so you can try them on with confidence. Use promo code THETICKET at MeindlUSA.com, spelled MEINDL, for free shipping. That's MeindlUSA.com. Meindl, comfort you have to feel to believe. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Hey racing fans, this is Brie Marie inviting you to join me and James Rowland for the Finish Line every Sunday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Catch up with the local dirt track drivers, national racers, and everyone you need to know about in the world of racing. Don't spin your wheels, hit the gas, and join us Sundays at 7 p.m. for the Finish Line on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
In Nebraska, we show up when friends need help. We check in on our neighbors. That's why it's important to know the warning signs of suicide. If you have a friend or neighbor who's withdrawn, stressed, agitated, or talks about suicide, find out how you can help. Call, text, or chat 988 for 24/7 support. You have the power to save a life. Paid for by the University of Nebraska Public Policy Center. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Husker fans know when you work together, great things happen. At Cornhusker Bank, they're more than your financial partner. With 5 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Omaha, they're your neighbors, your teammates, and your biggest fans. Whether you're saving for your first home, planning your future, or growing your business, they're right here in Nebraska to help you move forward together. Visit cornhusker.bank to learn more. Cornhusker Bank, member FDIC, doing life together.
Men in Nebraska can be set in their ways, but they can also be quick to change their minds. Just 10 minutes can be enough to step back and rethink the life-ending decision of suicide. If you have a friend or family member who's struggling with depression, talk to them about temporarily storing their guns away from their home. Paid for by the University of Nebraska Public Policy Center. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Farmers know it all starts with the soil. At Carbon Connections, they're helping you unlock its full potential. Their high-quality humic acid improves nutrient uptake, boosts root development, and enhances soil structure, so your crops get more from every acre. But it doesn't stop there. With a full lineup of crop protection products, they help you reduce synthetic inputs while protecting yields and profits. Smarter inputs, healthier soils, better returns. It's time to grow more naturally. Visit Carbon Connections on Facebook or call them today at 402-947-1476 to learn how they can help your farm thrive. Carbon Connections, unlocking your potential.
Join LES at 6 p.m. Thursday, October 9th at the LES Operations Center to learn about the utilities' proposed 2026 budget and electric rates and share your input at the annual public meeting. Learn more at les.com.
Back to Nebraska Volleyball Postgame on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, former Nebraska outside hitter, Mandy Monson.
We probably need to change some of this. You know, we could call it at the pen. We could put her at the pen. I think Mandy would be comfortable there making decisions.
Sure.
Let's
do it.
I think there's some things that could happen here. 402-464-5685. You guys have been active, and we're going to read each and every one of them here shortly. 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line. We appreciate you on all the streams, whether you're sitting at home on Allo Channel 961, if you're on Facebook, X, YouTube, or other. If you're listening on the app, and again, we're welcoming in our newest star, Mandy Monson, to the ticket. Let's read some of the text before we get back to the conversation. Because we have friends and family who have been out here. Maximo says, great show. Wanted to make sure that was read. Lisa Rautenberg is on YouTube. She said she would be, yes, back in our day, second team regularly beat the first team.
Yeah, that's right, Sma.
Right?
That's Lisa Rautenberg.
Right?
Sma.
Right?
Let's go.
Right? So definitely one of the best leagues, and we have a coach willing to make changes needed and push the middies.
Yeah, it's so true.
Right? And this was kind of my expectation.
Yeah.
Was that the intelligence of the volleyball community here.
Yeah.
High IQ anyway.
Yes.
But it'll get stronger and more vast because we want you to have these conversations and share information. That's literally why we're doing this and why we wanted to bring you into the fold and have these discussions. From the text lines, we asked you to give your list to aliens on who they needed to watch. Nancy Metcalf's name was mentioned.
And she should, listen, guys,
You had time to think about it, so we can revisit. We can revisit.
Nancy and I played. Nancy's amazing. She and I are great friends.
Still?
Nancy, yeah,
You've apologized.
God, Nancy,
you didn't
sorry,
name her.
Nancy. Forgive me for I have wronged you. Obviously, Nancy Mendrine Metcalf. Her jersey's retired. Christina Hoteling. I didn't even, Michaela Feck. We talked about Michaela Fecky. Melissa Elmer. Oh my God, do you remember Melissa Elmer? Middle.
I've caught up on film for a lot of this once I got here.
Yeah.
I've been here 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of former NBA and NFL guys.
Yeah.
Whose daughters are now top level volleyball players.
Yeah.
And so I had to learn, the Harvey girls, one's at Stanford, one's at Texas.
Yeah.
And you've watched that process. The school that I coached at in the Woodlands produced quite a few top level volleyball players. And then start hanging out with the Coach Renee Sanders of note, right?
Yeah.
That Renee Sanders will teach you whether you want to or not.
She was an amazing athlete, so when she was in college, she was doing volleyball and basketball. She wasn't too bad.
Did you ponder that at all?
I did. Right? But I just decided that I preferred to focus on one. That's the decision that I made. But I did ponder it.
Yeah. See, I thought.
Yeah.
My first commitment was to a place that said that I could play two sports.
Yep.
But then the big boy showed up and said you got to focus on one. And so I made the concession. Rudy, I chose baseball.
By the way, Lisa Reitzman at Rautenberg, she played 1 year of basketball. She got done playing her 4 years of volleyball, and then she played basketball.
See, this is the stuff
you know
we
that?
need. No, this is the stuff we need.
You're welcome, Reitzman.
Right? This is she's applauding you at home. That's got to be awesome. So we were talking in this new version. One, there's the program.
Yes.
The program that is Nebraska Volleyball. And then there's the team. Now, we will spend time over the course of the next few months talking about the Pettit era, et cetera, the different coaches that came through, the rules of engagement under each regime of coaches, style of play. We will touch all of those. We're now in the Danny Busboom Kelly era, and I'll ask you what you think that means. What do you? Where are the Flags playing it?
Well, I think that's such a great question, and the thought when you initially started talking about this. By the way, there's head coach. There's also assistant coaches that were at Nebraska that are now head coaches at other universities, right? So, obviously Danny is a great example of that. She was an assistant under Cook. Oh man, she went to somewhere else besides Louisville. Someone's going to tell us. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't remember. But anyway, and then she went to Louisville, built an amazing program. And, what I admire both about Pettit and Cook, and I agree with their decisions at the times that they retired. I think it was time for them to retire. I think they had done an amazing job of building a program, really giving their life to it. And, they could see at that time, hey, I've really done my work. It's time for me to usher in someone else. And Pettit did that with Cook. So Cook actually was on campus my senior year. He was the associate head coach, Terry Pettit's last year at 99. And so, I got to play for Cook as an associate head coach when he was he just brought something new to the team, to the game. And, we did not win a national championship that year. We actually, not to bring up negativity, but I think we got beat out the, round of the Sweet 16. We were not supposed to. However, they came back and won it, in 2000. They were undefeated. And so, I think Coach Pettit knew it was time. And now I think with Coach Cook ushering in Danny, he knew it was time and he had done a phenomenal job. But I think what you see with, right now, what's going on with this team, there's just something really special about that. And she has brought a different perspective of the game, that she has worked hard over her time that she's been coaching. And obviously she talks about, she and Coach Cook, being, really cohorts and colleagues in coaching. What really, again, impresses me about her is she's also very regulated. She's just such a professional. But what I really enjoy about her is I love listening to the post-game shows where she, John Baylor interviews her and Lauren Cook West interviews her. And I think she brings a perspective as a coach to the game because she's been a player, And so it's been really fun to watch her. I do want to give her props on her outfit tonight. It also was
she
fire.
flowed tonight, didn't she?
It was fire.
She flowed tonight.
Her jacket that she had on, I'm like, Coach Cook, right? We did, God bless you, but you kind of wore the same button up and pants. And listen, Danny brings the style game.
I don't
and you
know
gotta
that-
love that.
I don't
love
know
it.
that Nebraska
I'm
could have
here for
handled if John Cook decided to turn up the fire and
It just wasn't him.
wore
That just
different
wasn't him. That
blazers.
just wasn't him.
Like, I mean,
But no, I think she's just, I don't know, she's just really fun, and I think technically she's a great coach. I think she also, by the way, this is just going off of what I see and hear in the public. I don't have an in. I'm just, I'm watching every day like you guys.
No.
But I just see how she interacts with her players. And I think she really has a way of demanding a lot from her players, but doing it in a way that is very aligned. That's what I'll say. I think it's very aligned. And I think that's also going back to my question when people say, well, how is she going to keep everybody happy? Well, I think everybody's aligned. Therefore, everybody's happy. Now, I do want to bring a little fun stat into play in regard to Coach Busboom
Mm-hmm.
and what's kind of going on with the team, and maybe a little stat.
Okay.
That right now, as of today, I don't know do we know how many set assists Bergen had tonight?
40?
40. So, according to the World Wide Web, ChatGPT, Bergen is 44 assists away from passing Danny Busboom's career total for set assists.
That's why she pulled her late in third.
Yeah, you got to go.
Yeah.
No, but like, how cool is that? I mean, if you think about a lineage of a program, right? I mean, Bergen has been an exceptional setter, and to be able to now have her head coach basically be the person that she will, overtake. I think that's really cool. So yeah, so Danny, right? She played 2003 through 2006, and right, she was the setter, for a majority of those years, and then she moved to libero when they won the 2006 national championship on that team. So, I think that's another thing that makes her a very special coach and great for this program is she's a setter, right? She's a setter and a libero.
Gotta know everything.
And again, those are very different positions, but a setter, you really do have to be a leader. You have to be regulated. You have to be able to get through a 3 to 5 game match. And I think, what she demonstrated at Louisville by taking that program to the level that it's at today, what better, where else could she go but come to Nebraska and just bring that mindset and that regulated style to, I think, level up this program.
I think a big thing in this transition was keeping the assistant staff together.
For sure.
Right?
Yes.
Jalen does such a unique job in his person.
Yes.
And I think his coaching talents are tied directly because of the person he is.
Yeah.
And it shows that the roster appreciates his frankness, his ability to tell the story quickly, get points across, and still not be vicious about it.
I agree.
Assertive but not vicious.
I agree. Well, and I think they right, Danny, Jalen, Kelly, they are all great coaches, but they are not the same coach. And I think that's what makes that coaching team very successful is they each have their talents and abilities and skill set as coaches. And I would say Danny coming in, didn't have a massive ego about who her staff had to be, right? I mean, and again, this is my observation from the outside. To me, I think she looked at, okay, what do I want to experience? What I want the team to experience? What's the best experience for the team? And, I think that's, how she made that decision on whether she keeps a coaching staff, which is coaches to grad assistants. I think there's some grad assistants that maybe have been elevated, so, she saw the value and it's working.
Yeah. I think seamless.
Yeah.
Surprisingly seamless. Following a legend, they always said as a coach, never follow a legend.
Right.
But how do you
that doesn't bother her. That's what I love about her. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not.
Well, if you think you belong, if you think you belong,
1,000%, right? She's not going like, no. I mean, I was at the media day in the spring when, they had it at Devaney. It was packed. I just think she's obviously very polished from her experience level, and she knows she belongs, right? Her resume is there. She belongs. She's been a player. She's won a national championship. She's had to go through tough situations, right? She had to make that change her senior year, right? She's coached some amazing teams, outside of Nebraska. So she's just really, I just really enjoy watching her coach, and I love her demeanor on. She really doesn't get, too shook up about anything.
I think she could actually present more because there's a want for it. Like people want to know who this version of DBK is. Like they knew what they knew.
Yeah.
But now under this watch and under her leadership, and this is fully hers now.
Totally.
And it didn't take long. Because if you had said to me, knowing the personality of this team, that 4 games in, and I think first serve was perfect.
Oh, yes.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
For her to assume responsibility and leadership, and then for it to become hers.
Yeah.
Naturally, organically, authentically, it's hers.
Yes. Yes. I think there's so many parties that are involved with that. And I think that's what the University of Nebraska has done such a good job of. Coach Cook has done such a great job of, right? Again, everybody's aligned. So you don't have any party that's a part of the process not wanting to see it flourish. And then you have a head coach that's coming in that's very confident about her skills and abilities. She has an amazing team. And so, like, how fun would that be?
It
would be so much fun.
To say it openly, that especially in the Big Ten Conference where it's so competitive.
It's the most competitive.
There's so much
listen,
depth.
it's the most competitive conference in college volleyball.
Right. That if you went up and down the line, that the top 14 programs are all on win streaks. Like you're talking about, right? That from the bottom folks, the only ones who struggle, Washington, Illinois, and Ohio State. Everybody else is on a run.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is on a run, and a substantial run.
Yeah.
Because Minnesota's at 9.
Yeah.
Let's see. Purdue is at 6. Nebraska's at 10. Michigan State's at 10. And if the Spartans become elite level Big Ten volleyball, it's problematic for the rest of the country. What's left for you?
Right. Yeah, I know. And they've been a very good program in the past. Like I said, in the mid late 90s, they were very competitive. So yeah, I just think in college volleyball today, especially in that top 25, you got to show up every match. You really cannot, phone it in, because this sport is so competitive, and especially getting into Big Ten play, and being number one. Here's the other thing I think about this team. Listen, you feel the pressure as a player. It's almost not possible to not feel it. But I think what this team does such a great job of is not succumbing to the pressure. They really play for each other. Danny does such a great job of preparing them. They're all enjoyable to watch when you're watching them play a match, whether it be the players or the coaches. And so I'm just really super excited to see what happens in the Big Ten this year. I think it's going to be so fun to watch.
Are we missing the point that maybe in the Big Ten that coaching, say players make the programs, but coaching matters?
Coaching totally matters. Listen, if you just think about the Big Ten, and you think about women coaches in the Big Ten, Nebraska, Penn State, Ohio State, these are all former players that are now coaches. And so I think as you see the level of the game continue to increase, that is going to be a factor in it.
Is that, should that be the norm?
Of course. Why not?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not wrong in pointing out that I find it fascinating because as somebody that played in it, you understand all the things that go along with it. As a student athlete, it's hard enough anyway.
It is. And I think the other part that you have to think about what's going on as far as the evolution of volleyball and why it's really important for former players and younger coaches to transition into that head coach position is it's a different game today, right? The student athletes are not just student athletes anymore, right? There's name, image, and likeness, beyond just being great athletes on the court. They've also become professional promoters, depending on, what the deal is. And you can have your opinion on if you think that's right or if you think that's wrong. Listen, that's where the game is at today. Oh, by the way, there's the portal too.
Yeah.
So, I think with the evolution of the sport and just the time that we're in, it demands coaches that have been players, that have been in that experience and that know what it's like to play at that level. And I think obviously Danny is all those things. And I think that's why she was the perfect choice for Nebraska as Coach Cook, retires and transitions out.
I think you can't miss it that having a woman coach in the Big Ten at various schools in the Big Ten is important because think about what the bridges that can be built and made easily worked around by having somebody that understands that.
Yeah.
That for all the daughters that are going through this stuff, again, these are pioneers.
Yes.
To have somebody that can understand some of the things that teenage girls are going through, college women are going through, social media, the work required of the branding and trying to identify what's doable and what's not.
Right. Should it or should it not be the norm? I just think that's where the game is today.
Okay.
Like when I think about when I was playing and Coach Pettit was our head coach, listen, he was he was such a great tactician.
Mm-hmm.
I think every sport has its evolution. I think great coaches, no matter where they came from, what their, evolution was, they're great coaches. I think what is happening now in the sport, because you have an evolution of women's sports hand in hand with what's happening just at Nebraska alone. And so listen, this is going to happen again. I think about my team, and we now all have high school. A lot of us have high school daughters that are playing. Like my junior just played another former Husker athlete today in a match. So it just becomes more, right? The more the game grows, the more we have a following, a support, an emphasis on women's sports, right? I think what you're talking about is just going to naturally happen. And I think that is a great thing.
The other side of it, and this will be the final thing before we let you get out of here on a Saturday night, and as we watch O Street become the active beast that it is, I think it's fascinating that recruiting people focus on NIL.
Yeah.
But I think the recruiting process and the statement that coaches, programs, universities, and families make about the recruiting process, you as a mom, as a former player, if you said these are the three most important things to consider when it comes to recruiting, what are those three things?
Yeah, I think the three things to consider are what is the all-around support of the athlete. That starts from coaching staff to academics to what are the training facilities like. What is that all-around support of the athlete academically, mentally, physically? That's honestly number one. It is, because listen, if it starts from the money aspect, that's usually never a great result. It's just not. That's in anything.
If you chase
by the way,
the bag,
that's in
you're
anything.
never going to catch
that's
it,
in
right?
sports. That's in business. That's it. If it's the why, the money is a result of the hard work, passion, love for the game, love for what your craft is. And so, I I think that's also why Nebraska is going to continue to get the greatest players in the country and also international players, because our university has the best product for a player to come in and enhance their volleyball skills, but to graduate, to get the academic support that they need, and honestly, to have a great experience as anywhere an 18 to 22-year-old, as that's a very formative time of life. And I can tell you, having played at Nebraska, it affects me every day. There honestly isn't really a day that I don't, fall back on something that I learned being a student athlete at Nebraska. I mean, that really, just from working hard every day to, even when you don't want to show up, to just, you're put through a process and you're around an atmosphere and you're in a cohort of people that is next level. And, I think as a parent that has a high level athlete, yes, I mean, the money's just a byproduct. That's it. And if you send your child to a university that doesn't support them physically, mentally, academically, the money probably won't end up being there. Not in the very minority of wealth that happens. I think in NIL.
I try to explain it to people this way, that that cannot be the focus.
No, it can't. That will override then your contribution to why you're there.
Well, it'll change priority. It will amplify the flaws.
Yes.
And the things that are in place, but also it's this. First things first.
Mm-hmm.
Always. There's our people. First things first in this thing. Listen, I'm fascinated by what the post games are going to be about. One, your ability to break down the matches, player explanation. You'll see some schematic things that us mere mortals, us normals can't see. But your ability to break down the stories and the people behind it. The game is just a vehicle for conversations about the people playing them.
Yeah.
And each night, like tonight, it was exceptional to watch the balance of this Husker volleyball team, the depth of this volleyball team, and then to celebrate on a very cool Saturday night. They knock off Arizona. Michigan is next. It's Wednesday night, 6 o'clock over at Devaney. And Mandy, I'm looking forward to hearing you carry us through this in what looks like pretty promising and incredible volleyball season.
Yeah, I love it. I appreciate the opportunity, and I can't wait to be back here.
Well, we'll do it again Wednesday. And Rudy, thank you, kind sir, for manning the board and keeping us through. For all of you on the text line and through all the social media engagement and all you folks on the stream, thank you for hanging out. It's 11:30 on a Saturday.
What?
Go to bed.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
Come on.
Look, we're cool and all, but geez, go to bed. We will fire this thing up again tomorrow morning. Next NXT, Sherry and Mike will load it up, and then the Hall of Famer Jay Foreman will take you inside the huddle. You'll get the Fitness Fanatics with Jeff and Nicole Essing, and then you'll get Pete Ferguson and his scholars from around Lincoln Public Schools, and then Hoster Breezy and myself will get you all set up for the NFL. Full day, 3 games tomorrow here on the ticket, plus local programming. You'll hear from the full range. Nick Sander will be out with Lincoln Youth Football. You'll hear from Dr. Lawrence Chatters for 2 hours. You'll hear from, I think Ty Rodriguez is back in tomorrow. Kaylee Dinker from Bellevue women's basketball will be in. Of course, you'll get Ricky Simmons tomorrow night.
Ricky.
Get your happy on.
Get your happy on.
on.
Let's go.
And then Rebecca and Anika will cover it. Plus, you'll get the folks from late night as well. So it'll be a full Sunday here on the ticket. We appreciate you hanging out with us all day, Mandy. Thank you once again.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And we look forward to that. Listen, be good to each other simply because.
And today, I'm eating Raising Cane's.
Herb Street's in the drive-thru again. Oh, hey, Kirk. What can I get you today?
I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers that are real difference makers. Sprinkle cut fries with dynamic ridge patterns. Texas toast and cane sauce with an air of smugness that comes from knowing you're the best. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup. One love.